everybody, it's me, Corey T, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to consciously create massive change in your life, how to get unstuck from the patterns that have been repeating over and over and over again in your love life, with money, with anything, and how to actually create a life that you really love. And it all starts with, first of all, becoming conscious of the patterns and the beliefs and the old programming that has been running the show. When you shine a light on a shadow, the shadow disappears. So what we want to do is we want to start to look at and become aware of and move towards, especially those things that are triggering us. And one of the really good questions that you can ask yourself is, what do I have to believe about myself for this to be triggering me, for this to be true? So say, for example, I say to you, I really don't like your green hair. Your green hair is just really not very nice. It actually really doesn't look very good on you. And then you think, okay, well, that's nonsense and it doesn't trigger me because I know that I don't have green hair. But when we are triggered by something, there is something in it that we believe to be true about ourselves, right? So when you feel an uncomfortable activation in your body, you can start to sense that you have been activated and there is a wound that has been poked. So this is one of the first things that you can do. And you ask yourself, what do I have to believe about myself for this to be true? And that question and those answers that you come up with will give you some interesting insights about your beliefs about yourself, about how you are seeing yourself. And sometimes what is needed is someone else to ask you these questions, to prod a little bit deeper, to ask you more questions, to bring out the answers that are already there within you. And that's where one-to-one coaching comes in, which I can help with if you would like some one-to-one support. And it's also where my Conscious Creators Masters Academy comes in. And it's what we do together in a group for literally 12 weeks. So the insights that people get in those 12 weeks is really profound and really amazing. And what we learn to do in the program is become conscious of the patterns. And like I said, when we start to see our patterns and we have those moments of awareness, because awareness is everything. When we have those moments of awareness, we can start to make new choices. Because the past is the past. The past has been and gone. And you have all of these reasons and very justifiable, understandable reasons for why you have behaved the way you've behaved and why you've felt the way you felt and why you are the way you are and why your life is the way that it is. And there's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with the way that you've done things. You just have not become aware of many things that may be creating and perpetuating cycles that keep on running in the background. But when we do start to become aware of them, that's where we can draw a line in the sand and we can say, yes, I understand why this happened. I understand what I believed about myself. I understand even when the belief came about. I understand what happened and when I started thinking like that. Sometimes that happens. That's what we do with inner child work, the younger self conversations that we have, and these narrative transformation conversations that we have, especially on this program and in my one-to-one coaching. When you start to connect the dots, you get to make a new choice. And when you draw a line in the sand and you say, yes, that was my old story and I have a story, but I'm not my story. And I don't need to continue taking that story into the future. This is where manifestation comes in. This is where your consciousness to decide who you want to be, who you want to embody in the future becomes your new habit. Because all we're doing is just running programs. We're literally just running programs that we've created, that we were unconscious of, that we built in order to survive difficult situations when we were young. Having a period of time, having a 12-week period of time which is devoted to this is really profound. And I really do see massive changes in the confidence of people, in the self-compassion, in the ability to validate and regulate emotions. And it changes physiological patterns. And what we need to do to change physiological patterns is have the consistency with the exercises, the practices, the mindsets and the tools in order to implement them and have the regular consistency and the check-in to be able to hold yourself accountable for that. And it's one of the best ways that I can help you as a coach and a mentor to overcome some of the hurdles that you might not even be able to see within yourself at the moment. Another massive way that you will be able to create huge change in your life is understanding your nervous system. It's one of the biggest things that I talk about with people. When you start to understand your body and understand the language that you can use to actually express how you're feeling, what state you're in and why you're in that state and what it means, and then how to move out of it, especially when you're triggered, you get to create, again, these new physiological patterns in your body that actually do break the habit of those old neural pathways, and we create new neural pathways that become stronger and stronger and stronger with time and repetition. And that's why consistency is so important. That's why you often hear about consistency being such a key thing in any transformation. The way that I see manifestation is not some kind of whimsical, magical thing. I mean, it is magical, but the thing is that it's also very natural. It's the natural effect of self-compassion, self-love, understanding, processing your emotions, allowing yourself to feel and validate your emotions, and then creating new, more loving habits. And as a result, you will experience a mirror effect of what you're feeling on the inside. And that is what I believe manifestation really is, at its most natural, basic form. Another thing that's really important when we're wanting to create anything in our life is letting go of the attachments and the needing and the lack and the discomfort that we feel through these unconscious beliefs and patterns and attachments and needs and emotional needs that we're trying to outsource from outside of ourselves. And when we learn to let go of those, and we first have to see them in order to be able to let them go. When we really learn to let them go and understand what our attachments are, whether that's like an attachment style in relationships or an attachment to certain emotional needs, safety, control, or approval, whatever it is that we are attached to getting from outside of ourselves. First, we need to see it, understand it, have compassion for it, and then we need to literally regularly create a new pattern, a new behavior, a new way of letting that go. And actually, it happens really naturally when you start to see it. But often the biggest hurdle is not being able to see it. And that is what I do. That's what I help people do in my one-to-one coaching and in the Conscious Creators Masters Academy and in many of my courses as well. So at the moment, my Conscious Creators Masters Academy is £500 rather than $650 for the whole 3 months. So if you want to make the most of that discount, there are only 8 spaces left, and I keep the groups really small so that we can have that amazing sense of community and closeness, which really is such an important part of the program. The healing, the vulnerability, the closeness that makes people feel safe, seen, heard, and not lonely anymore. You know, that's one of the best things about this program, is that you don't have to be lonely. Sometimes this journey of healing, of manifestation, of creating relationships can be really lonely. And on this course, you'll meet lots of people who are very similar to you, and they'll be able to share with you their journey. You'll be able to share with them yours, and you'll be able to resonate with them and feel like you're not alone anymore. So if you'd like to know some more about the program, what exactly is involved in the program, how it works, the timings, it will most likely be that we start this program, this particular cohort, at the end of May. Okay, so when those spaces have gone, though, they have gone. And if you would like to book one of those spaces, then we can book a 30-minute call and I'll tell you everything else that you might want to know, find out about you and where you're at and how this program might be able to help you. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to be part of your journey, and I can't wait to see your success story. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.